Good day. The state television company of Western Armenia represents all the most important events of these days. Today's broadcast, the 7th session of the second convocation of National Assembly of Western Armenia, speech by Deputy Defense Minister Suren Shaumyan. Today is Leonid Azgaldyan's Memorial Day. Excavations have begun in Western Armenia on the Ancient Zarnak Hill in one province. NATO will declare Russia's security threat. Treasures of Artsakh, Yerevan Mankants monastery. Wedding ceremony at the top of Ararat, the unique marriage of a young couple. Western Armenian women writers and time Srbui Tyusab, the first Armenian novelist. At the 7th session of the second convocation of the National Assembly, Deputy Defense Minister of Western Armenia Suren Shaumyan spoke, who presented the work done by the ministry over the past 6 months, noting that some procedures of the Ministry of Defense are confidential and are not subject to the publication. According to Suren Shaumyan, the Ministry of Defense fully fulfills the tasks assigned to the ministry and will continue to fulfill them in the near future, referring to the upcoming selection process next year and possible amendments to the Western Armenian Constitution. Suren Shaumyan proposed adding a clause to the constitution that will give the current president Artsakh the opportunity and the right to continue the office longer than the term established by law until they resign of his own free will. Read the full article on our official website. This is Armenia, and that's all. Today is the Memorial Day of great Armenian commander Leonid Azgaldyan, whom Western Armenia remembers as a national ideology, which must be deeply and thoroughly recognized. On Memorial Day, the Western Armenian delegation visited and laid flowers at the bust of Commander. Leonid Azgaldyan was a talented scientist, radiophysicist, inventor, and experienced military figure. In 1988, Leonid perceived the national awakening as a great opportunity to devote himself to the motherland. In 1990, he was the commander of the Independence Army. Well aware that only with weapon can be the idea of liberating the motherland be realized, Commander Leonid Azgaldyan also thought about Western Armenia. He was the successor of the proud Cilician volunteers who fought for the liberation of Cilicia. The only difference is that the commander did not fight for the flag, he fought for the liberation of Armenian people and homeland. Leonid Azgaldyan died on June 21, 1992, in the Artsakh region near the village of Tonashen, posthumously awarded the Order of Air Battle Cross of the first degree, the highest rank of Nagorno-Karabakh hero of Artsakh. Archaeological excavation will begin at the Zarnak Hill in Western Armenia. The hill has 2,600-year history. As you know, Deputy Minister of Culture and Tourism Ozgul Yavuz conducted research on the Zarnak Hill on the one province on Artsakh. On this occasion, Professor Rafet Çavuşoğlu said, the Zarnak Hill, whose 2,600-year history reaches to Ararat Kingdom, occupies an area of 240 hectares and not a single mortar was under the construction of the fortress wall. In the southern part of the territory, over the past years, as a result of illegal excavation, 2 rock tombs were discovered, which unfortunately were robbed by treasure hunters. Western Armenia expresses hope that excavation will be carried out on the principle of justice, and Turkey, in many cases, will not try to erase and distort the Armenian traces. At the upcoming NATO summit, Russia will be declared a threat to security, peace and stability, Secretary General of Organization Jens Stoltenberg said. In addition, the new strategic concept will specify China, whose strengthening is considered a challenge to the interests, values and security of the alliance. Stoltenberg also stressed that NATO will continue to support Ukraine. The next NATO summit is scheduled for the end of June in Madrid. Following these geopolitical processes, Western Armenia calls on the powers to observe the norms of international law and take into account the universal values at every step. Erits Mankants monastery is a brilliant example of medieval Armenian church construction. It was built in 1691. It is located in the Artsakh region, 7 km from the historical Ararat on the left bank of Terghi River. According to the preserved records, the church of the monastery was built by Melik Israelians. The church was built by architect Sarkis with the assistance of Catholicos Simeon and his brother Ignatios Vartapet. The monastery complex consists of one church, monk's room, defensive structures, and a cemetery. The monument is completely assimilated into the unique nature, presenting itself as an integral part. Ishkhan Gevorkyan and Ashkhan Hovanesyan are a young couple who before marriage think about how to organize a wedding ceremony so that it becomes memorable and original. They both love nature, hiking, overcoming mountains and heights, and in common preference become the basis for the organization of the wedding ceremony. We have talked many times with Ishkhan about our dream to climb masses. Most Armenians always dream of climbing Ararat. This desire seems to be from childhood. I always suggested Ishkhan, after marriage let's go to masses. Then one day we talked and Ishkhan sent point. Let's go and get married right away on the top of masses. Naturally, I agreed, says Ashken Hovanesyan. A young couple with a smile and admiration recalls the original wedding day and tells about the strong, proud feeling staying in Western Armenia at this moment. Western Armenia congratulates a young couple who held their wedding at the highest mountain peak of Western Armenia, Ararat. The Dutch Daily, with the assistance of European magazine Arratakh, is launching a new literary program dedicated to Western Armenian women writers who lived and worked in the second half of 19th century, Elpis Kesaratian, Srbui Tyusab, Sipil, etc. The project motto is Western Armenian women writers and time. The purpose of the project is to make available to readers the women and Armenian intelligentsia who lived and worked in the second half of the 19th century, which is important for the point of view of the course and development of history of Armenian literature. The project is led by a senior researcher of Institute of Literature Mankants and candidate of Philological Sciences, Associate Professor Naira Ampartsumyan. The first article is devoted to Srbui Tyusab. Now musical part, Armenian folk song. The full version of this video is available on Western Armenia's YouTube channel. This was all for today. Goodbye.